Hello, Kate here, mynaturalhappiness.com, creator of the Seeds of Change program to help you go from hamster wheel to happiness. I hope you're well and I hope you're having the most amazing week. Founder of Reading School of Reiki. This Wednesday video is going to be a little bit different, and I hope that I serve you by being honest about what's been happening in my life, because I think it's important sometimes to share that I walk my talk. And so, yeah, you might want to get a broom. So I often say to people, and I do talk about it, and I think I did a Wednesday video not long ago, saying no matter how trapped you feel, there is always a solution. No matter how boxed in you feel, there is always a way. There is always a way, no matter what you see in front of you. And sometimes it's about working with the universe and working with natural tools and techniques to help you discover your way out of where you're at. And I had a situation like that in the last few months. And I'm sharing things that I don't share with many people. So I hope I serve you by sharing this so you can understand that no matter what your situation is, no matter where you are, when you work with the tools and techniques I share on the Seeds of Change program, you find a way out. And that's why I'm sharing what I'm about to share with you. And I hope it helps you. So, where to start? As most of you know, anyone who follows it, I used to be in the corporate environment. I used to work in the corporate environment. I used to be in that stress hamster wheel, which is why my tagline is hamster wheel to happiness. And in the corporate, when I got my corporate bonus, I decided way back when I was going to buy a house in Wales, up in the Welsh Valleys, as you do, as an investment for the future. It's up in the Welsh Valleys, and the price then was ridiculously low, so I bought a house up in the Welsh Valleys. And I look back and I think, how on earth did that happen? It was just something I did when I was in the corporate environment. It was right, okay, because the deposit on a buy-to-let mortgage back then was peanuts. And so I got a bonus and bought a house. All things ticked over nicely. I shall weave a story for you, so that I hope I don't bore you too much. So all things ticked over okay. It was fine. Had a couple of nightmare tenants, and then I had a lovely lady, etc., etc. And it's been ups and downs, and there's definitely more repair work than I ever imagined would need to be done there over the years, because it's a cottage that was built in 1901, and yeah, it's actually beautiful, which is random considering it was an investment that ended up costing me money in repairs. Anyway, so all things in my story were weaving along beautifully. And then Universal Credit came in, and because it's a low income area, Universal Credit came in, and the government started paying the tenants directly to pay me, which Christmas just gone, a couple of Christmases ago, I had a couple of instances where they were like, oh, we've got all this money, we'll spend it on Christmas presents rather than rent, and then leave and trash the house. Luckily, that didn't happen this Christmas. Luckily, the lady left it in a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful position and was lovely. However, I've had problems since Universal Credit have come in because it's too tempting, and it's been a balance. And so I felt very trapped. I felt very closed in. I'm very grateful that my business has been doing as well as it has been, and I'm very grateful that it's all been, I've been able to support by the skin of my teeth sometimes, the fact that all this repair work and mortgage, etc. has had to happen in Wales with no rent coming in. So I was feeling trapped. And this is where I say, no matter how trapped you feel, no matter where you are in life, there is a solution. So I was feeling extremely trapped because to sell it would cost me money because of solicitors' fees and the like. And I didn't really want to have another long-term tenant go in and trash the place, because it was actually left this time in a really beautiful position, and the lady did look after it, although she moved on and went to a different home. She left it beautifully. So I sat in meditation, having not really linked in with their place there for a while, because it's linked in the last few years, it's been linked in with my corporate world. And so I wanted to kind of move away from the corporate world. And so I hadn't really linked into the area on an energetic perspective. I sat and worked with the tools and techniques that I share on the Seeds of Change program. And I was like, how do I get myself out of this hole? This is a hangover from the corporate environment. How do I get myself out of this hole? Because I don't want to keep basically paying for other people to have a roof over their head, which is what it's felt like I've been doing for the last couple of years. And the universe came back and completely left field, because I was like, do I sell it? Do I just cut my losses and run? The universe came back and said, you turn it into a holiday cottage, which is something I hadn't even considered. It was so out of my zone, I hadn't even considered it, which is why I say these tools and techniques work. So I was like, okay, well, that's interesting, but it's in the Welsh valleys and it's not really, there's a little bit touristy up there, but is there enough to sustain? So I did some research on what the area is like now, because it's been a few years since I'd been there, what's been going on in the area, what news has been happening, etc. Having received this download to turn it into a holiday cottage. And I researched the area and discovered they're building the Afan Valley Adventure Resort in the land opposite my house there. Bear Grylls, Land Rover, Go Ape, Dry Ski Slope, etc. And there's two very busy biking centres that are doing really well. My house is in the middle of the two biking centres with trails running through from where I am, mountain bike trails down to the coast and up to the Brecon Beacons. I would never, ever, ever have known that had I not sat in meditation, walked my talk, and listened to the universe. And then I took action by researching and discovered all of this had happened since I was last down there, because it's been a few years since I'd been there because of it was a hangover from the corporate world, and I was, energetically, it's like, okay, it no longer is. So I sat and listened to the universe, and no matter which way I turned, it didn't feel right to do anything other than that. And so the reason why my Friday video said I've been staying somewhere without Wi-Fi, I had booked into an Airbnb that said they had Wi-Fi, and their Wi-Fi was not good, so I couldn't do anything. But by day, I was down there building IKEA furniture, which gave me a wonderful, wonderful project after everything's been going on for me to do. And I couldn't check my emails and I couldn't do anything else because it's a stone built house and there was no reception in the middle of the house, because it's a 1901 quarryman's cottage with lots of original features, which is mad. So I am now listening to the universe. I couldn't do anything, but every time I went to go and do anything else, it was just, it's now going to be into a holiday cottage, which was not something I ever considered. And the reason I wanted to share all of this with you is to say I walk my talk and I listen, and I felt incredibly trapped. And I felt incredibly trapped financially, which was not good. My business has been carrying someone else having a roof over their head. And I didn't want to continue doing that. I didn't want to continue going in that mode because it was just the stress. It's not fun. And luckily, I've got all the natural tools and techniques to deal with it. And actually, sometimes it's nice to let go of that. So it is going to be a holiday cottage, and it's going to be open from the middle of April. And so we shall see how it works, and we shall see what happens. And I wanted to share with you in this beautiful video that I walk my talk. I was feeling trapped. I stopped. I listened. I worked with the tools and techniques, and I got an answer that was so different that I hadn't even considered. And when I followed it, everything flowed. I'm talking everything from when I started working with the universe, everything from the deliveries turning up one after the other and not crossing each other, from me worrying about the neighbours there because I didn't want to upset the neighbours, and the neighbours were so happy that they're not going to get any more nightmare tenants long term. Like they said, if there's a nightmare tenant on a holiday cottage, they'll be out in a few days, so it's fine. And they were so happy that the lady next door brought me homemade Welsh cakes to sustain me through the holiday through the IKEA furniture building. Everything flowed. And so I am sharing this very honest, vulnerable video, and a lot of people don't even know I've got property down in Wales. A lot of people don't even know about that. Some of my closest friends don't even know about that. So hi, sorry if I didn't tell you, because it's been a private thing. It's been a private thing. So I'm being really real and really honest and really truthful about how I've worked with these tools and techniques. And we'll see what happens. Watch this space. I hope it works. And if not, I think it'll work. I think it'll work. It will be nice to have a home away from home as well. So no matter how trapped you are feeling, know that there are tools and techniques that can help you find a completely different solution that you hadn't even thought about, because this is what's happened to me. This is what's happened to me, and I followed it, and I'm trusting the universe utterly and completely to hold me, because I absolutely feel like I've been held all the way through this, even though I'm a little bit tired and I have furniture building injuries on my finger. It's been an interesting time. So a longer video. I hope that I didn't bore you with my storytelling, and sending you love. Know that whatever is happening in your life, there may be a completely different solution. So you are not trapped. I'm off to have tea and go through my emails. Have the most amazing day, the most amazing week, with so much love. Kate, mynaturalhappiness.com, creator of the Seeds of Change program to help you go from hamster to happiness, founder of Reading School of Reiki, and apparently now an owner of a holiday cottage. How did that happen? Anyway, have an amazing week. Lots of love. Take care. Take care. See you soon.